Hello there, I'm Nick, CEO of DeepSea Developments. We just ended our Arduino Day here in Circuit Launch in Mountain View in California. And basically, we had several people come to experience for the first time the Arduino UNO Q. The objective of this workshop was for people to get to understand why there is a microcontroller, a microprocessor in this board, why that is interesting, and then being able to use the Arduino Lab app to program the board, to run the examples using modulinious movement or joystick. And then we also got this little guy. This little guy is Richie Mini. This is a new robot that we got from our friends from Seed Studio. We hooked this into a computer and basically created an MQTT server. So people with the Arduino UNO Q was able to send commands to the robot to move it through MQTT to a local network that we did in this space. We got participants that used the movement modulino in order to move the head of the robot with an accelerometer. We had others that move the general body with just the joystick. And then we have others that use the distance sensor in order to move the antennas of the robot based on the distance from the board. The main question that we got during this workshop is why do you have a Linux processor and a microcontroller in the same board? Why do I need Python and Arduino code in order to blink an LED? And we were able to explain them something that is very common in the industry, that is the difference between a normal operating system like Linux, Windows, Mac OS versus a real-time operating systems in devices that needs a constraint in terms of times, like for example vehicles. For the brakes, you need the response times to be always the same, always fast. You cannot rely on a normal OS that could have delays here and there. And that's why it's interesting to have both. The low-level system, that it's a microcontroller in order to run the real-time tasks, and the Linux system in order to run tasks like connected to the cloud, running local LLMs, other tasks that are not time constrained as the ones that can run in the microcontroller. And it's also exciting because we got the news recently of the new launch, the Arduino Q, that it's going to have around 40 TOPS. There are trillions of operations per second, being able to run local LLM models inside the device, so no need to connect to the internet, that it's able to run models like Qwen 2.5, that it's able to run local models, text and video based in the same board. And one of the interesting applications is robotics, where you want the motors to be controlled in a very precise manner, and then the whole mission of the robot can be controlled by the Linux system that it's able to do more power processing in that side and have those two modules in the same form factor. One of the interesting things about today's event is the variety of people that you can see. You can see students from high school that they have coding classes in their school, and they want to know more about programming, about hardware, and maybe pursuing a career in electrical engineering. We have firmware engineers that have 10, 20 years programming in different microcontrollers. We have people that were already retired, that have many, many years of experience in big companies, and that they are want to see what's new with Arduino. What is this new boom of Arduino Q? What's the Qualcomm chip doing in this board? And that's the spirit of the community that Arduino made. That it's knowledge is inspiration for all the people around, no matter the age, no matter the background. We have a person that was in finance that was very glad and very curious about understanding more about hardware, and getting this little guy was a great deal as well, because it was not just seeing an accelerometer going up and down, but being able to have a real life application of controlling it, moving it, and also a little bit of fun having 8 different Arduino UNO Qs controlling the same robot at the same time. So it got chaotic from time to time, but it was a fun experience. Do you agree? He agrees.